name's Kemi Falarin, and at Free to Talk, we're a counselling service that provides you psychodynamics and person-centred counselling. So here at Free to Talk, we provide a safe environment for you, a place where you can come free of judgment, but most importantly, a place where you can come and express yourself, where you can dig deep, uproot, and rediscover who you are. Because within inside all of us, we have the resources, the answers, and the potential to help us reach our full potential. So if you are interested in counselling, give us a call today, drop us an email, because we're here ready to help you.
The most. Man's done the most today. You know, like you do the most and that, and you think, oh, like
you kind of like he's doing the most for me.
Man's done the most. Whoa, it's all interconnected because man pulled that sofa, hoovered, cleaned, done the most. You get
made
me?
myself something to eat.
What? After I took her out last night, you know, like dinner and that. Eat what you want, like eat what you like. You get me? Order from the thing.
What buffet? Buffet style.
Wasn't a buffet. Was it a buffet?
No, it wasn't.
Was it a buffet?
No, it wasn't.
Was it a buffet?
No, it wasn't.
Big boy, 36-year-old steak. Is it 42? 42. Episode what? Episode
26.
What does it mean?
Happiness, joy, elevation.
She made her own one up.
It's time. Happiness, joy, and elevation.
She made her own one. That's her own one. It's not actually by Google or nothing like that. She just made her own thing.
Why do we need Google?
But sometimes they're the best ones.
Exactly.
There we go.
They're the inspiration.
Episode 26. We've got a quick story to tell, so hopefully it ties in with our guest today. I don't know which way to do it first. Actually, first of all, let's give man flowers first. I want to give man the flowers first and foremost. Reason being, is that you were on the circuit, you just randomly turned up somewhere. I can't remember where exactly I first met you, that would be a lie. And then from that time, you just had this aura about you that many people can't actually comprehend, can't get, because I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
So you just show bare love. Love. I'm just saying it's just love. All it is love. Yeah. Just smiling all the time, love, smiling. All the time I see him, he's just smiling. I'm like, what is this? Who is this brother? Yeah. Anyway, he disappeared for a hot minute. Yeah. Then he came back, you doing the same thing again, smiling. Laugh. At events, he's the only one giggling and laugh. Like, at events, people are like, what's wrong with this brother? Like, you get me? But he's just that guy.
Yeah.
First guy I know that sent a love heart, and I questioned him. I was like, this brother sent a love heart. It's mad. Like, he's probably the first guy, but then man, them are doing it now. It's normal. You get me?
Like love.
Yeah.
But a lot of men are not only just sending love heart, they're actually saying it.
Yeah, that's
like,
it. He's the first man that said love heart and love. So I do that, I break it down like more life and love, innit?
Yeah.
You get me? But now I used to be like more life and light, but now I'm like more life and love. It's a madness, but I've got to say, since I've known you, all you've shown is just love. Yeah. And I don't know his backstory. I don't know if he's got. I don't know nothing about this brother. I'm not lying, bro. I don't know your real name. Yeah. I just know his Soulman. Do you get me? Like, that's mad. I just know his symbols that he has on his feet. Like, I just know his vibes. I don't know anybody like that in my whole life.
Yeah. But say energy speaks, right?
Yeah. That's it. Imagine
it's
that.
True.
I'll call him my boy, like my brethren, like. Yeah. But I don't know nothing about this brother. I don't know if he's killed anybody. I don't know nada.
What, some psycho walking around smiling?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So we get him on the pod just in case he blows.
Body earlier.
Well, I'll tell a little story why I do that, because alright then.
Why you do what? Sorry.
Why I'm about love and stuff like that.
Right, cool.
If me and you come from like where we come from, and all the messages that we get aren't as positive as what you're saying that I give. So imagine as a brother, I come to you and I tell you, bro, like, you can't DJ. That will break your spirit and that will make you not want to do it. And that takes away value from you. Mm-hmm. But if I'm your brother, I'm going to inspire you and tell you that you're doing great if you're doing great. And I'm going to be honest with you if you're not doing so, and try and find the positive reinforcements, because I'm adding value to you. And if I'm taking away value from you, that means I'm taking away value from myself. But if I'm adding value to you and now you're killing it and doing everything. I've got value in my life, so my life should reflect the people around me. So I want to add value to everything and everyone, and leave it better than when I found it, because that's the only way to make this place better. Because unfortunately, we live in a society where it's easy to put people in a category, in a box. Whereas if we remove said box and see the person for who they are, then we can get to know a beautiful person. That's
a lovely introduction.
Yeah, straight in.
That could have been the conclusion.
They did his whole thing.
No, sure. But on that note, so how do you protect your energy?
No, hold that thought. Hold that question though, because that's good. I like that one because there's a lot there.
Right, cool.
There's a lot there, but I wanna try and keep it in structure and certain thing, which makes sense. That's a bit.
Cool.
But
try and hold. Remember that question.
I will remember that one
because that is important.
Yeah.
The problem is what we had is that I obviously want to get your bio and backstory if we can as well.
Yeah,
but
of course.
We want to just go. I want to go off the element of the dinner. We went out for dinner last night.
Yeah.
So we're out for dinner. We shot. We do like dilemmas, as you lot know. Sparkles, and we shot a dilemma. We're randomly doing it. I can't keep to myself most of the time. Shan probably says that's just you, but I'm not the kind of person that I need to go in the place and feel like just in the vibes in it. That's me. So, I noticed this woman next to us that they're really. I don't like when they do these tables and they're so approximately close. I want to be me and my woman. But if we're gonna be next to people, I'm gonna make drama in it. Yeah. So this woman's next to us, a man there, a woman there. That was a weird one because the woman was on the uncomfortable side, and the man, because normally you should be, where a woman would sit.
Yeah, but maybe he had arrived earlier than her.
Even that, I wouldn't sit where he sat. And anyway, but he was sat opposite Shan, and then I was sat opposite the woman. So she was complaining about this she was eating the sea bass. I watched her eat the sea bass, and then she finished the sea bass. Then she's got a complete new sea bass. I'm like, how do you do that? She goes, it was too salty. And she was complaining.
Yeah.
Carlos doing short. That they've left, and I thought, oh, okay, bye. But then he's come back.
Yeah.
So what happened there? He's just spilled the whole beans. He's like, you know what? She just had a breakup. I'm here to try to console her. He's like 58. She's like 40 something. How old does she look? I said she looks 40, bro. Don't try and go like she's younger. You try and go like she's some hot spice. She went on hot spice. I didn't want to be rude either.
She looks 24.
No
I said
way.
38, and you said
41.
And she's 40.
Yeah.
I said that's about right.
Yeah.
He said, oh no, I thought she looks young for her age. We just
I didn't want to say she looked broken. I didn't want to say that, but he was like, she's really pretty, and I was like, oh, that's cool, that's really sweet that my man was there.
Yeah.
So with the conversation went on. He exposed our whole business, not our whole business, but how she had this perfect relationship, but then it went left. He had kids, she ain't got kids.
Yeah.
I think she wants kids. He don't want kids no more. It's a madness.
Yeah.
Then we got into the whole thing of just the world in general. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, it went deep. We went deep.
Yeah.
Mind you, we're trying to have.
We eat. Oh my!
Like you know, our food's coming.
Bro, the steak is there, bro. The steak. I didn't even appreciate the steak. I'll be honest with you. I appreciate the time and the effort we spent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we didn't appreciate the food as we should. But it was nice though. I finished. I boxed it off.
Nice, yeah.
But I didn't really. Not like me and Shan were usually like, I take a bit of yours and you take a bit of mine. It was all mad. None of that happened because this guy spoke through the whole time.
You know, usually when someone's
so
eating,
eat
you
food,
kind of just
relax and chill.
Yeah, no. He
just kept talking,
just talking over us while we're just there.
Yeah,
but
no regards.
The conversation was. What can I say?
I don't know if it was. I don't know what it was, but it was a conversation where.
But we engaged.
He's a. What did he say?
He's an atheist.
No, but what did he say? I believe. I don't believe. I believe, but don't believe.
No, I believe that there isn't a God as.
No, I believe, but don't believe. Something mad like that. Wait, he's an atheist, but he's starting to think that you have to believe in anything. He's
got no purpose.
Yeah, he feels like there's no conspiracy theories. He just believes that humans are just the bees that are governing us, and the ones that are governing them are just rubbish. They don't know what they're doing. They're just human mistakes. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, but he's travelled the whole world.
Yeah.
I've noted that he's travelled the whole world, so he's seen things. He said that religion is also orchestrated. It's all madness, and if you go to the forest, we've been to a certain place in the forest where you go in the forest and they've got their own religion. Because
it's true.
People want something they need something. They just want something to grab hold of them.
Yeah.
And then even the waitress come, and I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I'm just free will. I just do what I want to do. I don't believe in anything." Like I was like, "This world." I'm thinking, wow. I think it's beautiful and unique. He even complimented just the way we vibe and how we are, and he's like, "I like that," and even though
why people gravitate towards us.
and all that kind of thing.
You're magnetic.
That was it. So we just wanted your standpoint on the world, bro. Like how you see based on what you were just saying there. Yeah. And you can incorporate how you protect it. Cause, later on you can put that energy. That's still not there yet. But based on what you just said from the intro, how's your stance on the world? Yeah. How do you? What's your stance on life? If that makes sense.
My stance on life is freedom is the key and love is the answer. So every man's birthright is freedom. But quite clearly, that's not everybody's lifestyle. And if we come with love rather than the little inconsistencies that we have in the world, because we have many things and many boxes that people want to be put into. If we just simplify it and just make it love, you're my brother, so I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated. You're my sister, so I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated. That's my religion right there. And if I deserve freedom, then my sister and my brother deserves freedom. It's just that simple. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it anymore. I'm just looking at it for what it is.
Can I say that you used to complicate it?
Yeah.
All right. How did that look? What was that? If you can put that in a nutshell, what was?
I practiced every religion. I travelled the world.
I mixed the whole thing. Wow, like Islam. Bum. I'll take it for that.
I was practicing Islam for like 6 years. I was married in Islam as well.
Stop. Wait. Slept inside pool.
I was raised a Christian. I practiced Islam. I lived in Thailand, so I was practicing Buddhism. I was learning Hinduism, Sikhism. I was learning Judaism, learning all the faiths because I want to know my truth. I don't want to know anyone else's truth. So if there's truth in all of them, because there's truth in everything and in everyone, no matter if they're telling lies, no matter if they're trying to propagate lies and push lies towards us in society's context, there's still a little truth in there because that's how you catch the people, isn't it? But it's just I wanted my truth, so I wanted to learn everything that I could learn. I wanted to know what women were like. I wanted to know what marriage was like. I wanted to know what everything. Okay. Yeah.
So when you got married, was you in this country?
Yeah, I was in this country.
Are you still married?
No.
So how long did that marriage last?
We were married 4 years and we were together 6 years though. Okay,
and I'm assuming your ex-wife was a Muslim.
Yeah, still is. She still practices. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how does divorce work in?
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, man, you just sign her off, innit? Just sign her off. That's how it goes. You sign off the woman. You go, I don't want to be with you. You can't go. You can't leave me, though. You can't leave me, fam.
No, it don't work like
that. Did you do the whole legal, like, British?
No, we didn't. We just got married we got married the spiritual way, the Islamic way. And we went to the mosque and we had our witnesses. So we had our sisters there and 2 male witnesses because you need 2 male witnesses to get married. And
2 male witnesses has to be male.
Yeah, that of the faith. Okay. Yeah. So then that way, what's it called? It's between you two, the priest, which is called the imam, and God. Okay. Yeah. And then when getting divorced, it wasn't as complicated as people make it, because if we want to leave, we can have that conversation and leave, because we're adults. And also if you don't see each other in a set amount of time because of traveling and stuff like that, then it's automatic. You're automatically divorced as well.
Is it?
And the other way is that when you get married, you pay a nikah. So because of war, to the last subject matter. So if men go away for war for a set amount of time, a woman doesn't have to wait because a woman
has needs.
So
what is a certain amount of time?
If you're not together, living together, is 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, that is to the hadith, which is the Prophet's it's like Okay, in Christianity, you got the Ten Commandments, which Moses brought down from Mount Sinai. In Islam, you've got the Holy Quran, which was written after, and then you've got the Hadiths, which is the sayings and the works of the Prophet. So those that were around them would note that down, and then they will say that these are the principles that we live by, because this man lives righteous and the way of God. So inside the Hadith, it says if you're away from each other for 4 months, then your wife can move on, because you might have died in war. So it's in that kind of context.
All right, not to go too much into this subject, but just for example, say now you returned after war, like 1 year down the line. You've
already divorced. She can divorce the first person and remarry you, and vice versa if the man moves on, and vice versa. But if the men can have multiple wives. So if the first wife's okay, then he can marry the second.
So the wife has to
accept it. Yes.
And because they say a man can only marry multiple if he can
provide. Yeah, so if he provides a house for one wife, he has to provide a house for the next house. So if he's paying rent here, he has to pay rent here. That's the way it should be, because
you can't have them in the one house.
You can have them in the one house, but they might not want that. So
it's whatever they want.
Yeah, because
but then it's what I want, innit? That don't make no sense.
It's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's a compromise thing.
Yeah.
Because I've got a customer. She is a practice. She's a white lady. She's practicing Muslim, and she's married, and her husband has a second wife. And
what, she's first or second? Oh, she's first wife.
She's the first wife, and he has a second. And I've got quite a few kids, and I think the second wife had children prior, and maybe has got children after.
Okay.
And he spends like 3 nights here, and so he literally goes from one house to the next.
Yeah.
And what I gather from her is she's accepted it, although it can be quite frustrating.
Yeah.
That's just marriages anyway. That's just relationships in its whole. But that must be a whole new level. Yeah, babe, so I gotta go now. So my time's up. You get it?
Your time's up.
Oh, Karen, I'm coming. You get me?
Karen, you always have a box in your head. I wish a Karen would.
So I'm looking for my shield right now. Where's Captain America?
That's gonna go down in this. You know, words have power in it.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna start looking. Who's Karen? Yeah, you munch on the whiskey, innit?
Nah. So you're from mixing your drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've now come with a concoction that makes sense to you in terms of, let me just show love.
Yeah.
And
to everything and everyone.
And freedom. And you're saying the freedom. But the freedom you're saying is from birth. So that's already done. Instead, it's just the love now, you're saying.
It's,
or you still on the freedom.
You have to know that you're free.
Yeah. That's the thing. Not everybody knows. For me, the only way that we can make things better is by living by example. We can't do it by trying to save people. We can't pick them up if they're drowning. We can't try, because the more we try to save them when they're drowning, they'll drag us in. So if they can paddle in the paddling pool, then they need to know that they can paddle in the paddling pool. We can't paddle for them, and they need to pull their head above the water in order to be able to see clearly. But as long as they put their head in the water because they're panicking, then they can't see what's around them. They don't have that awareness. So freedom comes with that awareness, and the awareness of who you are and knowing where you came from. And in knowing that context, then it allows you to move forward, because history is best qualified to reward all research. Because if you look back,
say that again.
History is best qualified to reward all research.
Wow,
so when you look back and you look today, it's no different, is it? We're pretty much living in the same system.
Just
as
updated.
Yeah, it's just it's nice CGI now. That's all. That's the difference.
But on that note, so remember the guy we were watching the other day? I can't remember his name. B Kanazi or something. Because that was a similar analogy that he gave. So he said, in the war.
Oh, he said dump your friends.
So basically, like if an American,
dump the waste, lose your friends.
like a fighter jet has come down and the pilot has, you know, jumped out but is in the ocean, and then they send, I don't know, a helicopter or another plane to go and try and rescue him. So then the diver that jumps in, sometimes because the pilot is a bit panicking, dazed, frightened, you know, what have you, sometimes they're struggling so much that they end up pulling the person trying to save them down. So they said eventually, after you try a few times, like, calm down, I'm here, I'm an American, like, I'm here to save you, I'm here to help you, can you just, but they're still going mad. The thing is for them to do is punch them in the face, knock them out, and then just go about your business. Because there's no point in two of us dying. No. So, you know what, I've tried, I'm gone.
And that's the adage you was using for, like, dump your loser friends.
It's not.
No, that's what the first thing you said. Is like the top, like 8 things that can help you.
You have to.
You said loser friends, get rid of them.
The reality is that's the truth. Because if you don't, then all you're gonna do. All right, then. If you are surrounded by, if you got 10 people in your life that surround you the most, and those 10 people that surround you, 8 of them are a problem, then you've got 80% of a problem in your life. We'll just bring it down to the mass, and if you up level that circle, you obviously, no man's going to change his woman, that's why his woman's in his life, but the rest of the people around him, if they are of a higher quality, then he'll be a higher quality man, and that higher quality man will make his world better, and that's what his world requires and needs. So that's the way I see myself. I want to be a higher quality man. So the women in my life, the family in my life, the loved ones in my life, they've got a higher quality person around them, and then that inspires them to be a higher quality person, because that's what I want to bring to my life and to the people around me. But if others don't want to bring that,
why do we need to though?
We
Why
don't
do you
need
think we
to.
need to? Because
we don't need to.
Because we could just easily just be like, just
What, selfish?
not selfish, assertive, gangster, ruthless. So that, because most of these people that live out here are ruthless. To get where they need to get, they have to be ruthless.
But no, if
you know what I mean? Selfish. I suppose so.
But we come from somewhere different, and I know where I come from, and I know what my people are. So I know.
Where you come from?
Well, my family are full Jamaican. So my mum's from St. Elizabeth, and my father's
what's
the brown people.
Pond and that junction and that Black River.
Yeah, near
Lovers Leap. Yeah. Junction. Like
I love Junction, by the way. Junction. Nice.
I love Alligator Pond. I love Alligator Pond. Such a beautiful place.
I want one. But yeah, man, that way you keep away the loser friends. But yeah, besides the point. 100%. Besides the point. And my father's so Clarendon.
Wow.
So we're all bush maroon people. So I know that my family were politicians and nurses, and so I know where I came from. So I know what my people are about. And
supposing if you go ask, you're telling people like know where you come from, but when they go know where they come from, look back, they're like, it was a complete mess.
Yeah, but we all come from some mess or another. And at least no one's life's perfect. Everybody's everyone's family has mess in it. It doesn't matter if you're the wealthiest person in the world or the poorest person. Everybody has a little bit of mess. But now you know that you got mess. What do you want to do? Stay in mess, or do you want to live in a clean environment? I'd rather live in a clean environment, and I'd rather share that with the beautiful, clean people around me. The ones that clean up.
That's why I brought you. That's why I've been very specific of who I brought on the pod, because what I'm trying to do is align myself with people that I've seen that can let's say functioning at higher standards. Not saying I don't want to use higher standards, but just functioning at a higher frequency in terms of just mindset. They're on things like.
So you don't want to be judgmental in a sense of, because everyone is at their own pace and their own.
That's why I've called it this, like the section we're trying to do on the podcast. I've called it like the yellow brick road. It's the people that have helped us on the way. Like every time I've shared a pod or I've shared something, like some people are cool with it. You know, someone actually asked me, look, too much positivity in me, could you take me off the list? Because they're going through their own problems. I'm like, alright, cool, it's not a problem. They weren't disrespectful or anything. But I took them off the broadcast list, innit?
Too much positivity.
It's too much for them because they're going through their own thing at the moment.
If they're going through something, it's even more reason why you want to be around.
I would think that. But yeah, go on.
Misery needs company. Not everybody wants happiness.
Wow, misery wants. You see that? See the twist though, the mad twist.
That's why I
some
stay
people
away
want to
from
stay
it.
in that miserable.
Yeah,
exactly. Say the woman yesterday in the thingy. She got a guy there that he can bring her out.
Yeah,
he's brought her out. Do this, but she's still. I'm going through. I want that perp. My man's going, and there's a guy there that just. You know what I mean? You can, but she wants the. She left because she's so in herself and went into the misery. So this person, I'm not disrespecting it. I just like, wow, you know what? But
yeah, but that's a good thing because she took herself away from a situation that she's gonna only bring negativity.
Yeah.
So rather than I'm negative and I'm like, I just want you all just to feed off of my negative energy.
Yeah.
Let me just
ease myself off. Yeah.
Until I can kind of get through that.
But that's the beauty of the guy being himself, because he was himself. Even afterwards with you guys, that's what made her repel. Because when you're authentic, those who are for you will stay, and those who ain't, because people come, people go in life. That's how it is. But those who are important stay. So if she's not meant to be in his story, she has to.
Yeah, and he liked it. He was friend zoned as well. He actually liked her.
Yeah.
He said, nah. He's actually accepted that. You know what? It wasn't to be.
Yeah.
And he's just watching her just go a different direction. But I was saying, like, literally, every time I would share something or something, like, Soulman would literally like, yeah, you know what, bro, love King, thank you, boom, 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 boom. And, you know what I mean, it's inspiring. Some people might say, some people do, and I don't mind it, innit, but it's the whole thing of that every time you find the effort to do that. And you don't have to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Some people stay in their lane and like, love from afar or loving the thing or hate from afar or love. But man's actually expressing it where the love hearts. And that's why I remember I said to you, my man's will bare love hearts. I was like, this is a bit white for that. Remember? I remember where I was in the bedroom as well. I was like, nah, this is a bit mad, babe. Like, man's bare loving. I was like, nah, this is a bit crazy. So now I'm naturally doing it to my man, to my brethren. Them like, no, we need to express more love. Yeah, we need to just check in with man them a bit more. And it's just it. But when you first ever done it, before you disappeared, I don't know. My man disappeared for months.
I was 18 months. I was in yard.
It was gone. Yeah. No, when I say it was gone, like
bush yard.
Yeah, bush.
We used to put up comment. Everybody knows it always puts up comment. Like it always goes into people's comments, in it, like on Insta or whatever. So you, what's the one thing you used to say back in the day? Please, I beg you. Got my nerves. I love it.
Are we here to experience life or to think about it?
Boom. Yeah. No, the other one. Smile something.
Keep shining.
No, bro. It will come to me.
I'm definitely going to be using this one because that is my thing this year. Experience life.
Or to think about
it. Because he does my 24 hours experience life. We're here to do it. We're here to do it. Love it, bro. No one wants to care about it. And I'm watching it like, yeah, actually, you care what you're doing, fam. but the whole thing is, though, is that it would be in people's comments and you say exactly, I can't remember exactly what you said. You used to say it exactly the same. It wasn't what you were saying there.
Yeah.
But you would say something towards that. So everybody knows it's him, innit?
Yeah.
Boom. Then all of a sudden, nothing. For long.
Was that intentional?
No, my father died.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So what was that?
That was a lot, man. I had to heal.
18 months you stayed out there, though, big man.
It was
before you got kidnapped or something madness like that. You get me?
Well, I can't really say that on camera, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, selector.
Yeah. So it was for my father's estate and stuff like that, and it led to a lot of stuff, and it got me.
Because you couldn't get back. I heard that you couldn't get back. All that. I was like, what's going on? But I couldn't connect. Because this is where
I didn't have a phone for a lot of the time. Oh, right. My phone was smashed, so I didn't have any way to communicate unless I was put in a situation to communicate. Yeah. So
Wow.
It was. But there was a good time.
Have you journaled all this?
No, because I can't really express some parts because some parts puts people. So, but there was a lot of good. I saw a lot of Jamaica. I saw and I met a lot of beautiful people as well. So but the difference with Yard or Jamaica is that there's no grey area. Like it's either
yes or no, black or white.
It's just straight, and I prefer that. In the UK, there's a lot of grey area, and I don't understand. For me, grey area is fraudulent, and a lot of people live in that fraudulent energy.
Interesting. What's an example? Can we go deep in that?
It's what you said. Not you personally, but there's a lot of people that, or could be like, I don't like you, but let me see what you're doing. Is in that grey area. So like you're saying, like you're putting out your stuff, and I see that, you're doing it consistently. So I appreciate it. Like regardless of what's for me or what isn't for me, I see you doing something, and a lot of people are not. So when you're doing something, I'm gonna appreciate that. So like I'm doing something over here, innit? And I know you're doing something over here because you got your family and I got my family. So, but there's other people that they will be in the car with you on the journey, and you're on the motorway, and we're all driving, we're all good, we're vibes and we're having a good time, we've got the music on, but they'll get out the car and go in the car behind just to watch you while they're in the car behind you. And they'll be like, yo, look him in the car in front. Good for you, fam.
Yeah. So on that note, how do you protect your energy?
In terms of protecting my energy, I just know that alright, and since I've come back from Jamaica, this is the first podcast I've gone on. Okay. So I go with my intuition. Okay. So if my spirit tells me to do it, I'm doing it. If my spirit says it's a funny feeling, stay away from there. Straight up and down. I don't care if we've been friends for 20 how long, or we known each other for whatever. As soon as I get that feeling, I don't question it, because that kept me alive when there was nothing else there. So I know that's real. And
that's powerful.
I know that when I'm around people, I use my brain, because my brain should bring the logic into the intuition. So that way I can focus. And I know that when I'm moving forward now, I'm moving forward with not just focus, but I've got discernment, and I got the right intentions, and I'm moving with actions.
Is that only because of what you went through in yard?
No, I was in prison in Thailand too.
What? Select inside proper. Next. Whoa.
Places.
Whoa. Run that up, boy. What do you mean in Thailand? What happened there, fam? For a normal holiday? What happened?
That was after I got divorced, so that's how I bring it back in. But I'm gonna finish up tying up the protecting energy. So I protect my energy by knowing that I move forward with right actions, and I be genuine and be authentic. So that way, the people that are not for me stay away from me. But when I go home, I'll burn an incense, I'll pray, I'll have a bath, I'll wash myself off, I'll cleanse my energy, because I know that what is for me, and what isn't for me will be let go. So I make sure that at home.
Well, you did the bath thing?
Yeah, fam.
I can't do baths.
Listen, home is sanctuary.
Because she's in the bath for like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's me. I prune up, fam.
Are you right?
Listen, head on the water, everything. Family's like, yo, are you awake? Are you alive? That's me. I'm like,
in there like,
and I wake up like, I was on the water. Yeah, and then I go back, head on the water. That's what balances me.
Sea sorts and all sorts.
Yeah.
But the only thing with me is when I'm in the bath, I have an audience. If it's not him, it's my daughter Renee.
No, I'm not in there. I'm not in there. I'm like, what you doing? I open the door. What you doing? And close the door back.
But everyone's always bothering me. I'm just like, can I just have a little? This is just my little time right now.
That's what a bath's for. Because recently, I just on Thursday I took my tooth out. So I had for 2 weeks I had migraines, and the only thing that made me feel balanced was having a bath. And I'll sit in the bath, and that'll make me. I'll fall asleep, and that's the only time I would have slept during those 2 weeks.
I've tried it.
But every man's got his own thing, innit? I'll be real. I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water sign. So water is my element, innit? So I'll swim all day, all night, out business. I'll prune up. I'll jump out, jump back in.
I'll prune up and all that. You see your toes just going mad.
I look like shrimp, fam. All pink and shriveled up.
I see all my stuff on the side, like all the
dirt, like the ring.
I love a bath. A bath is real, man.
Empty it out and rerun it.
No, I respect the protect the energy thing. What happened in Thailand, though, fam?
Thailand,
normal holiday.
I got no. I got divorced, and then I called the ex-wife. I was like, well, what are you doing? She's like, I don't see her. So I was like, that's cool, no worries. See you later. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm gone. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm gone. So 2 days later, I booked a one-way ticket, went to Thailand with £100 in my pocket, left the money, and went.
So what was your?
So it's a holiday then?
Nah,
So
I booked a one-way ticket.
Well, oh yes.
Yeah.
So why Thailand?
Because I asked a lot of friends around the world about places, and that was the place that I got good feedback.
Okay,
so it's like
and where
intuition.
your money could
Not
stretch
even
a
yard.
little.
No, it
Jamaica.
wasn't. It wasn't even what's it called, money could stretch. I didn't care about anything. I was just like, I'm going. I'm like, I'm gonna find a way. That's it.
So was that being reactive because of?
No, I just didn't care anymore.
Okay.
I just no longer thought that it mattered. So I knew that I will always land on my feet because I have 100% survival rate. I'm still here. Everything that I've been through, I'm still here. So no matter what I face, no matter what I go through, I will still be here as long as I'm breathing. So I could have nothing and I can turn nothing into something because I know where I came from. And that's what the creator does. That's where my people come from. So when we have nothing, we create something. That's what we do. So doesn't matter where you put me, how you put me, or anywhere in the world, I'll find a way, and I'll find my way.
Did you carry a suitcase?
I carried a small suitcase.
Okay.
Not the suitcase, man. A small one.
No, that's what. No,
I couldn't do that. I have to have a
No, I carried one suitcase to Thailand. Jamaica, I carried a small suitcase.
Okay.
Jamaica, I thought I wasn't going for long. Like, that ended up being longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But Thailand, I carried a normal suitcase. Yeah, to be correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you knew where you were gonna go stay.
No,
I didn't.
I got on the plane and then I met a couple and they were like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Thailand." They're like, "Have you ever been?" I was like, "No." They're like, "Why are you going?" I was like, "Following my heart." The girl was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Oh my days!" And then they were like, "Oh, when you get there, you go to here, you do this, and this is the place where you can stretch your money and butt." And I was like, "Cool, thank you." Got information on the plane. That's exactly what
And
I
that's
did.
what you
Jumped
did.
in
The
the
couple,
taxi.
the
went
couple
straight
that was there, they were
right next to me
They
on the
go,
plane.
they go anyway. They know.
They
how
all
to
go in
go.
Australia. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
because it goes
so
Thailand and it
half,
drops off.
Yeah.
But they've been to Thailand before.
Yeah, so they're like,
That
when
is
you go
mad.
to Bangkok, you get off, you get in a taxi, you go to Carson Road. Carson Road's like Camden. Yeah, but it has all the like the hostels and hotels and stuff like that, and you've got all the street food and all the culture there and everything like that. So it's really nice. So that's exactly what I did. Jumped in the taxi, went straight to Carson Road, found the first hotel. I was like, okay.
But hold on. If you didn't meet that couple, didn't speak to you,
Yeah,
that wouldn't have happened, innit?
that would never have happened. I would have had a completely different visit.
Alright, go on.
But you made this trust.
I just trusted that it was going to work out. and it did.
She's panicky. She's like, oh my god.
Yeah, she's like, this is amazing. Oh my god. She got excited. No disrespect to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't like back to colour, I don't really see it. So yeah, not to complicate things, but I just see us as different vessels with water inside of us. That's why we're like the planet 8% water. Okay, so if you remove the colour of the vessel, it's only water inside, right?
That's why we're controlled by the moon half the time and all madness and the craziness.
Okay, so how did you get in trouble?
Okay,
you might not have got in trouble.
I didn't.
I
didn't. I travelled. I went around. I had spiritual experiences. I saw a lot of things. I went into the mountains. I met people, and then I overstayed. That's it. And then I went to the border office to extend my visa because I was like, okay, cool.
So how long does it last for? So when you do an open ticket and you just go,
it lasts for a month. Your initial visa. I was overstayed by 64 days, which is the truth. And so I met some guys because at the time I was a football agent. So I met some guys. I went to the national stadium in Thailand. I met them through LinkedIn because that's how I used to connect and stuff like that. And they invited me. I went there. They loved my energy. They brought me back to a 5-star hotel, put me up in a suite, gave me lunch with the players, everything. I was like, cool. So I was like, yeah, we're going to do a business deal, going to work together. I was like, perfect. So now they went on holiday. They were coming back. So I went traveling for a bit longer and it's like, cool, this is all set now. Yeah. I'm nice. So... and then I was going to extend the visa, and then when I went to the visa office, they're like, it's the equivalent of £50. Like, that's cool, no worries, I got that on me, man. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah. I'm ready. And they're like, let's see your passport. They saw my passport. They're like, we want the equivalent of £500. I don't have that on me. And they're like,
what? Because you got a British passport?
Yeah, yeah.
See the money. That's money.
Yeah,
that's the money. You couldn't even. Yeah, I would have tear off the front
page. By the time I put down the book, they were like 500. I was like, okay. And I was like, I was like, I don't have it on me, but I can get it. And they started laughing, and then they turned around and walked off. And I turned around, there's 4 officers behind me.
Achoo.
Yeah. And they're like, are you going to pay or get in the van? So I don't have it on me, but I can get it. They was like, are you going to pay or are you going to get in the van? I was like, get in the van then. That's what it is. And I went in the van. And then they brought me to the prison cell in a place called Mae Hong Song.
You couldn't even while out. You can't while out, bro.
I was calm. I just had to. I just like handcuffed in the back of the van. I was like, it's cool. It is what it is, isn't it? I can't do anything.
No, they speak English. They speak English.
No, they don't care. They're just shouting at me in Thai, but they say what they need to say in English that I don't need to understand. But they shout.
Get in the van.
Literally, that's what it is. Yeah. That's what it was.
So don't disrespect people like that.
But pretty much, it was like they would shout it because a language is a conspiracy between two people. Because if you don't understand it, it's noise, isn't it? And that's the reality. So it's not a disrespect to people. It's the truth. They were just shouting, and then anything I needed to understand, it was in English. So I got in the van, I got thrown in the cell. The cell had like 14-year-old boys in there, and then there was this old man that looked like he was gonna die. And I was like, and it was like a cage.
Is it concrete?
Yeah, concrete floor. From here, it was concrete floor. And then I was in there for what's it called? For a day and a half, because they were like, listen, everybody and their dog got paid from there on. Any money I had was gone, because it's like, you have to pay me now to drive me to Bangkok from where we are in order for you to get free. But you can only get free when you're in Bangkok. Yeah. So it's like, okay. And they were like, you have to pay us this amount. And then I spoke to the people in the cell, and they was like, no, they're lying. And then I spoke to them, they was like, okay, you can pay us less. So they pay me less, but I was handcuffed to a Malaysian guy 14 hours overnight to Bangkok. So if he went pee, it's pulling at my arm. If I would be pulling at his arm. Yeah. And if he falls asleep, pulling while we're sleeping in the chair, innit? Because we change each other.
Was it far?
14 hours overnight, bro. 14 hours. When we stop off and go pee, I have to go with him. Yeah. And vice versa.
What? You didn't need to do number 2?
No, I'm grateful he didn't. But yeah, when we got to Bangkok now, it was different. Wow. It was Bangkok. It was like, they were just shouting in Thai, and it was like, okay, take off belt. Okay, take off belt, because I see the next man take off belt. Okay, take off shirt. Okay, next one, take off shirt. Okay, take off chain as a laces.
Do you have your passport on you this time?
Yeah, this time I have my passport. But they and then they threw us in a concrete cell that was like about half the size of this room, had 50 man in it. And it had the toilets at the back, and there was cockroaches and rats.
See, the rat
half the room was the toilet, by the way. That's the reason why, because the when we eat, the food goes over into that side, so it brings in the cockroaches and the rats, innit? And then the other half is our side, and it's concrete floor, and you're laying. And the only thing I got is my backpack, because I left everything, because I thought I'm gonna get my visa and come back. So what I got in my backpack. So now I got 2 pairs of boxers and 1 pair of trousers and whatever, because I thought I was going to get the visa and go back. I was going to cross the border and buy whatever I need to buy, because I wanted to see Burma. I'd never seen it yet, but it didn't work out that way. So now I'm in a cell in Bangkok, and then they're like, okay. And then I remember before I get into the cell, I found out that the prison guards were the ex-Thai convicts, because we are all foreigners now in this prison. So the ex-convicts are the guards now. Wow. Yeah, I remember the first one, he kicked me, and it's like, money. I looked at him and I laughed, and then I was like, okay, I see what this is. And I was like, cool.
So
and
it's just a money making.
Yeah, everyone and their dog, everyone. So now I'm in the cell. I'm me and what's it called? The guy that runs the cell, our brethren. So the guy that kicked me sees, and then he's like, okay, can't mess with you. So he walked off and left me. Never talked to me again. And then after like 2 days, they put us upstairs. In the big cell now. The big cell's got 70 of us in there. 36 different countries laying on the floor.
What's that film again with midnight something?
Yeah.
Remember it, the older Midnight Express?
Yeah, it's madder than that, bro.
Oh, it's bro, don't,
Bro.
Remember that Express the film and he goes to, he smuggled the drugs and they put him in that.
But it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess.
Was you scared?
No, I couldn't be, because I just had to just deal with it. It was like, where are you from? I'm Jamaican. What's your passport? British. Because you don't say you're Jamaican. You don't say you're English when you go places.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to Egypt, they was like, say you're Canadian. Don't say you're British, because they won't know. And because if you're British, the prices skyrocket. So it's just like that. So there's 36 different nations in my cell, and then there's like Chinese guys and Japanese guys that's been in there 13, 14 years, because if they go home they'll die by firing squad because they went against the government. So they'd rather stay in prison in Thailand than leave. But these people like got a lot of trauma, so in the night they'll just jump up like 2-3 in the morning screaming in their language. I'm like, okay, fair enough, it's that kind of place it is then. Yeah. And then I remember I got my towel stolen. I was like, how can they steal a man's towel? I was like, what is this? This is what I got my body with.
That's a luxury.
Your phone call?
Yeah, that's how I got out.
Okay.
Like after 2 weeks, what's it called? I got
2 weeks?
Yeah. The embassy came after a week and a half. The embassy is like, listen, you're not in our jurisdiction. You're not in our jurisdiction. We don't help until 6 months. So unless you got friends and family, 6 months. So yeah, minimum. I was like, okay, I hear you. That's all it is. But the good thing is, I went to Thailand for good. I stayed 3 months, which is amazing. The last month was free. You know, free accommodation, free food. Wasn't the greatest food, but you know, free.
Always look on the bright side of life.
But make sure the lesson to learn this one. Even white people, no matter what, when you get in them situations, you're Jamaican.
Yeah,
you're Jamaican.
Or Canadian.
You're Canadian. You're Jamaican.
He got lemons and he made lemonade.
Yeah, he made lemonade, but
I had to.
But if you met Midnight Express, if you like,
I called my sister, and then I called her, and it was like 4 a.m. And then no one knew I went Thailand, by the way. I went and told no one. Yeah, I lived that kind of life. Yeah. So imagine, I was like, hey, sis. I like, sis. It's just like 4 a.m. Like, what's that called? No, it wasn't what?
In her phone.
No, on her phone. I'm calling. I'm 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh, wow.
I'm calling from the payphone in Thailand.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, sis. I'm in Thailand. What? And but wait for it. I'm in prison. What? I was like, I ain't got no time for you to panic right now. I need you to call the British Embassy for me. She's like, what? I was like, relax, calm down. I need you to like listen to me right now. Just call the British Embassy, and when you call them, tell them my name and my date of birth, and then we can sort something out. Otherwise, I'm in here for 6 months. Okay, have a good day, sis. That is literally what the conversation was. And she just said, "Yo, it was."
That evening, some mad life.
Yeah.
Yeah, laughing, and he's still laughing. Comes back from Jamaica laughing.
I'm not coming back like that.
I remember when I went to Jamaica for a hot minute, and I come back different in it. Because it's a bad influence sometimes.
It is, but it has a lot of good.
And it made me feel I was with my cousin. He was a bad man. He was a bad man. I just come back on a bad man thing.
Yeah,
school, like moving mad.
Yeah,
you get me? You've come back smiling and that. This is what I'm saying. It's all mad.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. I was around a lot of that because I was in the bush, innit? And in the bush you can go missing at any second, and no one will find you, fam. Listen, my neighbor came back, and all right, then I can tell this story. My neighbor, he bought a motorbike, and he did not give someone the money to rob him. So when he came back to Jamaica, even though he was giving back to the community and helping all the youths, they set him up and killed him because he didn't allow them to rob him. Yeah, that's my neighbor.
He didn't allow someone to rob him.
I was, taken.
Yeah.
For nearly a year, fam. So I saw it all. I saw binds. I saw everything, fam. I saw everything. I had to beg for a man's life. I had to beg for a child's life who tried to end up killing me. So Jamaica was a madness. But, look on the bright side of life.
He's there.
It was a
And
madness.
he's got stories to tell.
I'm done with this. This is a madness. I didn't come for this. Fam. You know that you didn't expect none of this. You know
So
no ways there.
when
Like
you next going back to Thailand?
I ain't not going back there, bro.
I was banned for 5 years, so technically I can actually go back. It's the first country I've ever been banned from. I got a stamp in my passport. I was banned for 5 years. Last year, the 31st of October last year, I was officially allowed back in Thailand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But they're carrying on like say Thailand is some desirable place where people want to live.
It is though.
Is
It's natural, and it has a lot of that natural element for those that want to do the debauchery and whatever else. It's got that too, because it's a place where there's coloured people and there's not a lot of money, so that happens. But for those that want to go for freedom and living, and you get to see the whole world there, because everyone comes through Thailand, literally. So like you'll see every kind of race, and for people of Jamaican descent, literally every third person's got dreads there, and you hear Bob Marley everywhere.
So where would you recommend? Because like we've never been, and that is definitely on my list.
Yeah.
Because I want to do the little islands.
Oh, you'll love the islands. The islands are nice, but
we are.
Bangkok's nice. What's it called? But it's a city. Chiang Mai is like Birmingham. It's really nice. It's quieter than Bangkok. Pai is my favorite place. Pai is in the north, and it's like
I don't know how this
it's natural.
It's just all nicey about these people, and they just try to destroy his
Well,
life.
it's not the people.
Could have got left
man.
and that.
You can't.
I'm not going back there,
Bro, I still got life. I'm still here. So no matter what I went through, I'm winning.
And that's
So-
only 1/3 of the experience. What about the other 2/3?
No way else is being banned from. What else is
I've never been banned from anywhere else. I've been a lot of other countries.
Jail,
though. Yeah, that's the first country I've ever been jail in. Yeah.
Where's next on the list?
I recently I've been getting an inkling for Ethiopia and Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, normally on the show, what we do, we have someone poses a question from the last show,
Yeah.
and then we want to. Then I'm gonna So basically, they've got you a question, and then what you're gonna do is ask someone else a question for the next show.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is the question at hand.
What would be your 3 things that would enable you to reach your highest self? Whether it's something you do consistently or a characteristic, you pick 3 things that will enable you to be your highest self.
Well, I mentioned them today: consistency, discipline, and focus.
Yeah.
Because those are principles that we can harvest within ourselves, and no one can take them away. Because if someone gives you something, they can always remove it. But once you pull it in yourself, it can never be removed. And if you share it, it never gets lost, like knowledge. So yeah, consistency, discipline, and focus.
Simple. They didn't even do this. Think about it.
Well, we were talking earlier.
Yeah, so you messed it up. You shouldn't have chat to him. You shouldn't have said nothing to him. Sit down. No way, there. I like to give them experience, mate. I'll be your host. Love and light, people. Do you get me? All right, now you can answer a question to the
next guest.
To the next guest, please, my brother.
To the next guest. Welcome to Max and Shan's podcast. If you could, I was going to say something similar. That's why when she said it, it hit me. It was like, wow. I was just thinking that before she said it. I was going to say 3 things, and then she said 3 things. Like,
you can do it if you want. You can do it if you want, Paul.
What 3 things in life? What 3 things in life would you like to next accomplish?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the next 3 things you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah.
You can't answer yourself.
For your firstly for your family, and secondly for your personal development.
Ooh.
Yeah. That way.
Context. You got context with that.
Yeah.
You got context.
That's a very meaty question.
Yeah, isn't it? It's a madness, isn't it?
Might have to get them to answer that earlier on.
No, we just answer it. They've answered me. Yeah, we do that.
No,
That's not
blessings.
a problem. Nah, it's been a hey. You got to give some that. It's not nothing big though, bro. Don't get gassed at that. But it's something. We have to give you something.
A gift is thoughtful.
Nice bit of weight.
Thank you.
But wherever it is, just keep it. Don't open it. Don't open it on the thing. I want people to think there might be nothing in it, but I just want to make it look like we've got to give you a gift.
It's heavy, people. It's heavy.
Exactly.
There's something in there.
But I just want to give you flowers. Now, I appreciate everything you're doing, bro. Like, what can people start looking out for that you can expose but can't expose, or but you can expose but at the same time, because people are seeing you around, and I don't take it for no puppet show. I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, nah, this brother's he's doing something, and I'm interested in that. And I'm like, wow, this man he's everywhere, everywhere. You get me? He's with the Asian
purposefully.
Yeah, it's not just dilly dallying. I can see what he's doing. He's learning. He's engaging. He's involved. I'm like, you with that, because you come with the Asian and the Arab shows, and I'm thinking, what are you doing here? Like, I'm the only black man meant to be in there. I'm the token black guy. But I love to see a man just come in, and it's like, wow, all right, you see the thing. All right, next thing he's doing photos. Next thing he's doing the social. Like, next time he's doing, I'm like, all right, cool. And then you see my next thing. You get me? Bangers. Like, what are you doing there, bro? You get me?
We probably the same about you.
No, I've already established. He knows I'm there. You get me? He knows me from day dot. He knows I'm about that life. Do you get me? But I love to see a guy just involved, just in the mix. Yeah. Do you get me? Like, but I want to know what's going on. What you doing, my brother?
The things I can tell. Well, this year I'm working on.
Talk about this design thing as well. What does that mean anyway? Like,
so
lighting or what is it?
No. It's what's it called? It's basically the circle of life, isn't it? Cool. And then you got the pyramid, which is basically time. And then you got the square, which is the perfect circle, and then you got my name, which is the A and the S. So,
sweat.
Yeah. So it's very subtly putting my name inside the alchemist. So an alchemist is someone that turns lead into gold. So you'll turn our earlier conversation. We'll turn our mess into cleanliness. So that's what this is about. So it's about me transforming my mind from what it was told to be in order for it to be gold. So wherever it goes, it adds value. So that's what this is.
We have to talk business. I just saw something in my head, but anyway, go on. So
I'm working on this. So now I'm Soulman 33 on everything. So my name, as I was discussing earlier, I come from my soul. And it's me reclaiming who I am. So Soulman is a man that comes from his soul, his intuition, his heart, his knowledge, his wisdom, and his understanding, the experiences that I've been through. That has allowed me to become who I need to be, and who I am becoming each and every day. Because my goal isn't to outbetter anyone, outdo anyone. My goal is to be 1% better every day. So at least I've got progress. So if I'm at least 1% better, then today I'm better than I was yesterday, because yesterday's gone. So I don't want to be the same as yesterday, because that's gone already. And now that's my branding. That's what it means. I've got the dream catcher on the back, because it's about anything negative gets captured in the dream catcher, right, when you're sleeping. So now anyone that wishes bad or evil towards me get captured in the dream catcher, hence that's at the back. It was a subtle detail, but this is the first place I've ever exposed that to. In terms of myself, I do videography. I'm an author.
You got a book under?
Yeah, I got a publishing for my first ever manuscript contract. Yeah, it was called Hocus Pocus Focus. The magic of your life lies in your focus. So where your energy goes, your energy flows. It was, I think, about 120 pages.
It's on Amazon. Where is it now?
No, it isn't out yet. I didn't release it, but I did get a publishing contract for it. What's it called? I do photography, I do videography, manage music artists. So I work with 212 Management. We co-manage Boy Nash and King Castle.
He's got bare lyrics galore.
This year is a year of execution, so there's no excuses. So even if I have my tooth out, I'm here, and I'm here early. Like that's the reality, because you value my time for having me here, and you value me for having me here, as well as not just because of a gift, but because you're sharing your space with me. So I'll be here and I'll be early. because I value you and I value your time.
Appreciate it.
And so that's what this year is. There's no excuses anymore. Doesn't matter how we feel, we're doing it. That's it. We're like, if you feel sick, get up. Go have some, what's it called? Go put some rum and some chili and some garlic and some turmeric and get your ass up, because we're doing this. Because we got family to feed. And it's not just about us, it's bigger than us. So if the people around us are not about that, bye. If they're about that, we move. Simple. That's it. We don't care how we feel.
Right. I think we might have to start using that. It's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Nah, thanks for coming down. Appreciate it. We're gonna obviously we'll have to get him on again.
Yeah.
I know this song's in the pipeline again.
We
So
didn't even know the direction.
yeah, did it. I told you I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't know this, Donny.
Actually, what does the 33?
33 is a master number. So it's the number of when you come into a knowing of self.
So we've been on for
33
Raggo, write it down, fam.
I'm here.
I don't business, fam. I don't care if you're sick. You'll get up.
I'm here.
No excuses,
I'm here.
brother.
I'm here.
No, I try out the thing, then, babe. I try out the thing. You blow your nose on the live on the thing. That's weird. Who does that? All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't dislike. Hey, big up my haters though. I love you. You know I love you, innit? Come on now. And love and light, people. Love and light.
Keep pressing. And I'm going to leave on Soulman. Life is to be experienced, not just spoke about.
Yeah,
So
or thought about.
Yeah. Life is to be experienced, not just thought about.
Yeah, go
I
on.
think, yeah.
Don't
I
just
like
live.
that.
Don't just live willy-nilly. Just I'm just gonna live life. Dead. Alright, more life. Boom.